check. Check is required.
We're good now.
Initialization check required. 14 minutes out.
Beautiful day to fly.
I do it because I love the mission. If 16-year-old Lexi could see herself now, she'd just be totally floored.
Hey, 3,500 feet, 8 knots.
I didn't know I can accomplish things when I try hard for them. You just have to want it bad enough. I'm the youngest of 3. My mom was a police officer, my dad was a homicide detective. Everyone was in service positions. I was about 7 or 8 when I started doing search and rescue with my stepmom. And as I got older, I got to help more and start learning how to handle the dogs. It was a big part of growing up for me. I went to the University of Oregon. I was gonna go to med school at UCLA. And I really had to sit back and just, is this really what I want? It kind of felt like I was trying to do the doctor thing because everyone thinks a doctor's accomplished. And then I kind of realized it's not about what everyone else thinks. My dad used to be in the Air Force and he was like, you really need to consider doing ROTC. I did it just to kind of get my dad off my back, and then fell in love with it and realized that it was a career path that I would definitely be interested in. I got a really good piece of advice when I decided I wanted to go aviation. A person told me, choose the mission, not the aircraft. At the time, we had Kiowas, looked at what they did, the Apaches, the air assault units, and the heavy lift, the Chinooks, and ended up falling in love with the MEDEVAC mission and knowing that's where my heart would be.
Captain McRobert graduated from the University of Oregon and was selected to go to flight school, and she gave 100% and went for that dream.
My number one goal was to become a MEDEVAC commander. Every single step of the way has been lining me up for that future.
Golf 1189's federal mission is medical evacuation. We go overseas or downrange. We pre-position all over the battlefield, co-located with a surgical team, a hospital, something like that, with higher level medical care. When someone's injured out on the battlefield, we launch very quickly and we go pick them up and provide paramedicine.
Captain McRobert was highly motivated. We took her on this last deployment overseas, and she was placed in a position of decision-making authority in the middle of Iraq.
It being my first deployment, biggest thing I focused on was just being the best pilot I could be. The fear of not knowing what to expect was the hard part. We see the Hollywood pictures of what war is. We had a pretty gnarly mission one time towards the end of the deployment. It was a field artillery accident mishap, and soldiers were very badly burned, internal injuries. By the time we got there, the soldier we were picking up had already crashed twice. They had to crack his chest and bring him back to life. That's the worst day of somebody's life. Tragedy and loss is rough, but we have to push through it. My soldiers had hard things to go through, and you're trying to take care of them, and I wanted to quit. It was hard.
She really accepted the challenge and accepted the responsibility in Iraq and did great things for everybody in the company.
Being a leader means it doesn't matter how fun it is. You do it because it's the right thing, and you're taking care of your people. It's never just about you, it's about the whole entire platoon, company, squad.
The most successful Army aviators that I've worked with have really good decision-making process. They have sound judgment. Their ability to remain calm and make good decisions is probably what makes them the most successful.
Self-assurance and confidence is a big factor in your success, I believe. If you're second-guessing your decisions, why would anyone follow that?
She's always wanted to strive for higher things and to bring all of us with her. Honestly, she has wanted to help people get promoted, get through the training programs. She wants to be a mentor.
It's a male-dominated profession altogether to be in the military, and then it becomes even a smaller world when you go aviation. Our unit doesn't promote a culture where it's based off gender. It's based off of like the work you put in.
I look at qualification. She does great things. She works hard, isn't afraid to mix it up.
She's a very professional service member that a lot of people are looking up to her. I think that's going to be a huge legacy for her.
I hope that females who follow in my footsteps just remember to put 100% of themselves into things.
In the States, we do search and rescue and wildland firefighting. So we'll put a crew on standby for MEDEVAC in case any firefighters get injured. And the other thing we'll do is put big 500-gallon water buckets underneath the aircraft and go drop water on the fires.
Usually we'll get activated by the Oregon Emergency Department. They'll call us to go help rescue, usually a mountain climber or a hiker. It's either a high altitude or they definitely require a hoist mission, which will lower a medic and they'll pick up the patient.
The hardest mission we do, hands down stateside, is hoist rescue. We're hovering over trees, up on the side of a mountain where it's very difficult to land. Any number of things could go wrong on a mission like that, and we train over and over and put in countless hours to prepare for those kinds of things. When we get a rescue mission, I'll send out a text and people will drop whatever they're doing, and they'll come in here, go through the mission briefing process, get an aircraft ready to go, and do a rescue. And they do that voluntarily because they love being able to serve.
When we're out there flying around doing hoist work, it's taking all four of us to communicate as a cohesive team.
I have visual on the patient.
We picked up a couple hikers this summer who had gotten stuck in a pretty little precarious spot on the mountain. They had a pretty rough night. When you can see them go from the fear of being stranded and getting in that helicopter, and when it hits them like we're going home, your heart feels full, like you're like, yes, we got you. It's like a warm, full feeling.
Patient update, hospital.
We'll be taking them to Legacy.
A lot of people are like, you're a weekend warrior. It's definitely more than that. It's like doing a part-time job on top of your full-time job. And for some people, it's even doing 2 full-time jobs. And then you have your family and friend life that you balance with that as well. We have to do the same amount of flight hours as active duty. We come in and we do training Monday through Friday instead of going home and hanging out with our friends and family.
Soldiers sacrifice a lot when they leave their families. You have husbands and wives and children that spend a lot of time without their spouse or significant other. Employers as well. There's a lot of good relationships that really makes it all possible.
It's really not a sacrifice though, because as a soldier, you want to do it. I learned that I can do things that I think I can't do. You just have to want it bad enough.
I fully expect her to be the next commander of the MEDEVAC unit.
Always have the positive affirmations versus negative thinking, like, I can't do this, why? Give me a good reason why. And if it's, oh, I'm just not smart, that's just lazy. Don't cut yourself short. Push hard, dig deep, and know that it's in you.
She's getting ready to be the commander of one of the largest medical companies in the state of Oregon. That's what she wants, and she's going for it.
The military has given me personal strength. That confidence in knowing that I can do this, I will do this, it's gonna work. I'm gonna get past this and it'll be for the best. It's all because we love the mission and we love being a part of the National Guard, and it's worth it. You just have to be selfless and give it all you got.